If you have ever stepped on a place where one quietness and today, I am here to narrate music scenes collected from different standing beside me. Construction site start quickly becomes a distant dream. Of our story will be read. Aligns itself around the schedule. He places his bag on the bench, dusts his hands and then tries to pick up a long wooden plank. The plank, however, has different intentions. As rain lifts one way, the wind rises his my friend is the earliest sign. As I stand there observing, they are at least they should be. Ben picks up a step taller than necessary. Wayne decides to interfere just one feet another pulls back, and suddenly the entire scene magician. His arms extended in pure dedication.
What's ever gone wrong?
But the sheets gently glide out of formation and settle in. Ben looks down, nods to his as part of his morning routine. The sound of conversation and laughter grows louder. One of them casts he steps back, proud of his but the marvel of this process
Oh, Jesus Christ!
causing him to take an unexpected step. Flawless blend of surprise. Trick designed specifically for him. Feels warm and vibrant. Conversations fragments. One worker another talks. A third explains the amid these discussions.
Whack fuck here.
Whack. He lifts up his the moment he lifts his but he keeps a straight face, takes a deep breath, and carries the box. His friends pretend not to notice. Someone makes the scene even funnier. Now let me direct your attention to the scene. Theo is known for his the first few steps with the grace of but then, as he reaches a small tool, he glances
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now,
his option. He stretches one arm down. Of course, it does not.
Ay, ay, mierda.
They never get upset or discouraged. Small accidents with humor.
Все унесете на 15%, то мы захотим с вами.
When he steps back to the
Mr. George, I'm recording this video for you, Mr. George, because the Lucas guy that you're hiding is not.
Caleb picks it up. He folds the paper. Precision of master artist. These are only 30 hours of the day. Becoming part of an steady yet filled with unexpected stress. The shift runs into an area where several workers are working. Among them is a man today. Carefully on the ground. At first, everything seems smooth. Decides to shift just a little to the left.
Купил свою новую пушку-гонку.
Then it swings slightly to the right. The scene quickly becomes material. As it moves, you can see all of the role seems to have its own personality. The role stops cooperating altogether. As though contemplating whether he then crouches, examines the wall, something to it. No one can hear what he says. However, the wall is because it suddenly begins to move forward. Oliver raises his eyebrows.
We put weeks off to work today.
The entire covering lies perfectly along the when you finish, they reach the roll of gentlemen, the way a coach might praise a Oliver, another scene unfolds. Who are assembling a set of light but they have a habit of catching fleas. Mark holds the window up while Julian secures a bracket at the bottom. Mark straightens it, but once he lets it go, Julian steps back, but then the camera returns to Mark. Worker prefers.
Ты только не прыгай сюда, ты на говне подскользнешься.
Participants in slow motion video attack.
Yes, yes.
Both grabbing the camera. jokingly steps away from it. It stays still now. Rises high above the site.
Watch out, Cody.
Fourth break, yet another. Lewis is carrying a bucket behind his back. The bucket is perfectly but Lewis chooses to carry it with extraordinary caution, almost too close. As he walks, he focuses intensely on avoiding small his steps are precise, delicate, and overly calculated.
Good job.
His co-workers watching from a distance. Reaches the destination safely. Of course. Across the site, one of the set of temporary markers. Samuel as if he is creating a masterpiece.
It's past 100.
Almost there.
The second stroke follows with the prepares for the ferry. Oh my God! His hand twitches. He pauses, studies the
Ja, Henk, met je woord, goeiedag. Dag, je woord. Zeg, ik sta hier bij die band in Frankrijk.
Co-worker walks by, looks at the screen. Samuel simply says, in the common but even one worker opens his lunch. Instead of frustration, he stares diligently at this one. Except he uses every polite his grip, tapping the worker stares as if witnessing a good time. The next boxes from the Adrian picks up across the site with the stride of a man halfway through the journey, one box starts trying to keep both boxes balanced. Then the second box tilts in the opposite direction. Adrian responds to a series of small balancing motions, moving his elbows outward like a tightrope walker maintaining equilibrium. His concentration intensifies. His steps become remarkably accurate. For a few seconds, it seems like the boxes may move, but Adrian manages to regain full control and sets them down. He dusts off his hands, nods with satisfaction, and walks away with the pride of someone who has overcome a challenge and truly understands. Nearby, another worker named Felix is checking a set of boards. He leans one board against his stomach, intending to try to rest on its However, the board has a ton of limits. It slowly begins moving forward without Felix noticing. Just as it is about to touch the ground, Felix turns around and catches it in a swift motion, almost like a perceptive glance. He stands still for a moment, impressed by his own to see if anyone witnessed his quick save. His co-worker across the site raises a hand in acknowledgement, and Felix responds with a modest nod, pretending the moment was absolutely intentional. The afternoon continues with quiet but soft hum of distant machinery. The sun casts long shadows across the ground, and the entire site appears like a stage where each worker unknowingly plays a role in an ongoing comedy. And so the narration goes on, flowing through every corner of the site, capturing each unplanned gesture, each subtle moment that turns ordinary labor into an ongoing tapestry of cheerful storytelling. As the afternoon establishes its steady rhythm, the construction site becomes a blend of soft chatter, purposeful footsteps, and the sort of unattended calm that emerges naturally whenever people concentrate deeply on simple tasks. My attention draws to the work remains thoughtful who always believes in double-checking even the smallest detail. Today his mission involves aligning a series of markers along a straight path. It is a job many would complete quickly, but Henry prefers precision. He places the first marker, steps back, observes it closely, and then adjusts it by a fraction of an inch. Satisfied, he places the second marker, then steps back again, analyzing it as if he is inspecting an important piece of art. But midway through the alignment process, Henry notices an unexpected issue. The shadow cast by a nearby structure makes the markers appear slightly misaligned from a certain angle. Henry tilts his head left, then right, trying to determine whether the markers are truly off or whether the illusion is playing tricks on him. After a minute of contemplation, he decides to adjust them once more, shifting them so slightly that the person standing beside him would struggle to notice the difference. When he finally steps back and surveys his work, he nods with the kind of satisfaction usually reserved for completing a complex architectural project. One of his coworkers walks by, glances at the markers, and says they look excellent. Henry accepts the compliment as though he just finished constructing an entire building. The worker named Nolan is preparing materials for the stage of the stage. He is calm manner, the way he approaches tasks as though every object deserves respect. Today he is stacking a set of boards into a neat pile. He picks up each board with care and places it. When he reaches the final board, he taps the corner slightly to ensure the pile is set. But just as he finishes, one corner of the board lifts slightly and almost closes. Nolan notices the shift, straightens it again, and stands still for a moment to see if the breeze will return. It does. The board lifts by the tiniest measure, as though refusing to settle. Nolan smiles, as if accepting that even a board can have its own preferences. After adjusting it once more, he places a small place, then walks away with a satisfied acknowledging the simple between man
आज से मैं अकेले कार्य करूंगा माँ
The next scene
ये दिखाओ इधर
near a shade where two workers, Leonard and Mason, are measuring a section of the site. The coordination between them is so good makes the tape a bit too enthusiastic. The tape slows back slightly and surprises both of them. Mason laughs softly. Leonard unrolls the tape, this time with a gentle touch, and both continue as they move forward. A worker named Elliot is organizing tools on a small table. He arranges them in a row, then adjusts the spacing to create a balanced display. He accidentally nudges the corner of the table with his knee. The tools shift slightly, as if reacting collectively to the gentle moment. Elliot looks back with mild disbelief, then carefully repositions them once again. He steps away slowly this time, watching the tools out of the corner of his eye to ensure they stay still. Satisfied, he walks off confidently, as though he has just resolved a problematic situation between himself and the table. Across the site, the sound of light-hearted conversation begins to rise. Two workers discussing what they watched last night, each reenacting stable structure, but one of its wheels tends to swivel unpredictably. Grant begins moving the cart along a straight path, confident it will follow him without issue. But a few feet in, the rebellious will turn sideways, causing the cart to veer gently off course. Grant adjusts his path. The wheel resists. Grant adjusts again. This pattern repeats itself as Grant performs several moves with the cart, both of them shifting left and right in unspoken coordination. Eventually, Grant stops, and manually turns the wheel in the correct direction. He stands up again, resumes walking, and this time the cart follows him perfectly, as if acknowledging Grant's gentle yet firm approach. A short distance away, a worker named Owen is in the middle of working measurements on the He bends down, draws a line, steps back, and checks the alignment. Then he reaches for his pencil. The pencil slips out of his fingers and rolls a few inches off. Owen retrieves it once more, this time holding it carefully. But when he places it on the board momentarily, it rolls again. Then places the pencil inside his shirt pocket so it can no longer escape. With this small victory achieved, he continues his work. As the afternoon stretches into midnight, the soft rain begins to shadows lengthen, and the light flickers gently as it passes through scaffolding, tools, and structures. The shift brings out a sense of doubt, but the humor continues steadily. He His technique is precise, and the loops form an impressive circle. But then, as he lays the neatly coiled cable, one end slips free and unwinds just enough to reach the center. Patrick pauses, examining the slight imperfection as though assessing a puzzle. He slowly recoils the loose section, restores the perfect circle, and then secures it. Even though no one sees it, the satisfaction on his face is unmistakable. As I stand narrating these scenes, a gentle sense of appreciation settles over me. The construction site is more than a place where structures rise. It is a stage filled with countless small moments that reflect the humanity, humor, and spirit of the people working here. Every action, every small accident, every improvised solution contributes to an imaginary story that grows richer with each passing day. And so the day continues, filled with quiet comedy, returning workers, and scenes that narrate themselves through their natural charm. As the late afternoon unfolds, the construction site settles into a steady pace, where the natural stream of amusing moments continues as effortlessly as ever. I shift my attention toward a worker named Marcus, who is methodically organizing a set of small markers in a crate. Marcus is known for being calm and diligent, often making business sorting away problems. Today, Marcus picks up each marker and places it precisely into one of the divider slots. But as he nears the final row, he realizes that one of the slots is slightly narrower than the rest. He attempts to slide the marker in, but the marker is slightly settles against the edge instead. Marcus tries adjusting his angle. The marker still refuses to sink. After several attempts, he squints at the slot, as though expecting it to respond with an explanation. He then taps the crate lightly, as if trying to remind it to cooperate. The crate remains unmoved. Marcus slides softly, rotates the marker 90 degrees, and finds it. This time, with a gentle push, perfect. He nods, as though achieving a personal victory, then closes the lid of the crate with an air of triumph. Nearby, the next scene develops with a worker named Damien, who is preparing chalk lines along a temporary walkway. He stretches a chalk string across the